The New York Times, have you activated the National Guard? I noted that Sheriff Witt has requested for additional assistance. Can you tell us whether they're going to be playing a role in keeping the peace?
Yeah. Yes, the answer is yes, we have, as we said last week, and we staged those troops. I'll have General Menke talk about where they're at, and again, use this as an opportunity to stress to Minnesotans the frustration you have, and as you saw this, they killed a man, created chaos, pushed down protesters, threw gas indiscriminately, and then left the scene, and then we're left to clean up. I understand the anger. I understand trying to parse who were the law enforcement on the scene when you got there after a man was killed is difficult for folks who are out there. But I can't stress enough our goal, and I'll have General Menke talk about what the role of these guard troops are in conjunction with incredible work from the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, from mutual aid across, and of course the State Patrol, of trying to get to the point where what we're saying is we can handle this, and Minnesotans can express their First Amendment rights and have our folks on the streets and get these people out of here. And so, John, if you want to talk a little bit, but the answer is yes, there's activating. He can talk to you about numbers.
All right, what's good, family? Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Giving all praise, Yahweh Shah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30. I'm going to start right here at verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Verse 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Shalom to the hopeful 144,000, Lord willing. I'm part of that grateful, glorious number, giving all praise, Yahweh Shah. And y'all just saw that video that I had just showed, where they had activated the National Guard today. So basically, they took out an armed man. He was armed, and apparently, he was causing chaos and stuff. But, I don't want to, talk carnally. We all know that Jacob's trouble is coming full steam. This is all biblical prophecy. They just activated the National Guard, and we all know what happens next. Martial law, Jacob's trouble. This is biblical prophecy because these devils know, that their kingdom is going down. This kingdom is divided. What's that scripture? If Satan is divided against Satan, how can his kingdom stand? And then we got this government shutdown that's about to happen. I think it's on January 30th or January 31st. Satan's already divided against Satan. You got these Democrats and Republicans going at it, but they all in it at the end of the day. But these devils know that their kingdom is done. They know that they're going down. They know they're going into slavery. They're going in there for 1,000 years, and after that, they're going to be exterminated. But these devils, they don't want to just give up this kingdom easily. They pretty much saying, we ain't going down without a fight. And Yahweh Shah, he loves a good fight. Right here, I'm gonna read some of this article here. Right here, it says that a federal immigration officer shot and killed a man Saturday in Minneapolis, drawing hundreds of protesters onto the freezingly cold streets in a city already shaken by another fatal shooting weeks earlier. Yeah, and then, we all know, that ICE is, out there, and we all know ICE is a sword of Yahweh Shah. Trump got his little gang. They're out there going door to door. This is all Jacob's trouble. See, what they trying to do is they trying to replace the regular police with military. Yeah. A dictatorship. Because what it is that Trump, Nero, he already said, that, he already told these Babylonians that you wouldn't have to go voting anymore. Yeah, we all know that Esau Edom is the devil. You can't trust him. But Nero already said you won't have to vote anymore. Nero has already said he's on a mission from Yahweh Shah. What is that mission? To fulfill prophecies. To fulfill prophecy. They ain't going to come out there and say it. That's why Yahweh Shah said, watch and pray. So we need to be reading scriptures. We need to be out there trying to keep up with prophecy. We need to be the ones out there blowing that trumpet, letting our people know. And we know that the 2/3 ain't going to come back. We already know that. We know the 2/3 ain't going to come out. They not going to repent. We know that the 2/3 are going to be destroyed by Yahweh Bashem Shah because they refuse and they are rebellious. They want Esau. They would rather listen to Esau than us. Hey, that's all prophecy. You know why? Because Yahweh Shah was delivered up by his own people. So guess what? You think that we're going to be delivered up by our own people? They're going to deliver us up. Lord willing, I'm part of that grateful glorious number. But hey, man, I'm going to keep on reading scriptures here. So right here, man, because, this National Guard just got activated. If you ask me, even if it doesn't happen, though, just the way prophecy is moving, I think that they're going to get this Jacob's trouble, this martial law going way before March. But speaking of that, because they about to be rolling in on us. They're already rolling in on us, but they're going to roll in on us full steam. And speaking of that right here, Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and its glory from the rising of the sun. And when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Yahweh Bashem Shah is going to lift up that standard. And what's that standard? Spiritual power. Because we're going to need spiritual power in these times. The elect of Israel, the 144,000, we're going to need that. These devils got all kind of technology. Super soldiers. They got robo-dogs out there. Yeah, robo-cops. Military tanks. These devils got the heart, got the CERN, let all kind of wicked spirits in here, man. We're going to be seeing shit that we ain't never seen. That's why it's called a time like never before in the book of Daniel. That's why we got to stay prayed up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shah. Stay out of trouble. Don't be getting yourself into stuff. Yeah. And if you see someone from ICE, dodge them. Don't even look their own way, man. Go. Don't get yourself into something that you have no business being in. Hey, man, we got to be circumspect during these times. We got to be very, very circumspect. And we got to be using wisdom. We can't be out here walking stupid, walking like fools out here. Because we are literally in a cage of devils. We're going to need spiritual power. You got Elon Musk, he want to, chip everybody. Mystery Babylon is going to be 250 years old on July 4th. Hey, we ain't even done with January, and Nero done already pissed off almost every country. He done pissed off almost every country that you can name of, man. Pissed them all off. And now he talking about taking Greenland. I think he made some kind of deal with them, but hey, man, he about to take Greenland too. If y'all ain't watched that movie Greenland, I suggest that y'all watch that. Because, once he takes that, he's pretty much going to separate Mystery Babylon from all these other countries. They're going to be separated. So Mystery Babylon is going to be by itself, and there's going to be all these other countries going up against Mystery Babylon. And that's all prophecy, because they shall hate they shall hate the whore. Who was the whore? Mystery Babylon. Everybody seeing who the big bad bully is. It's Mystery Babylon. Mystery Babylon was once a superpower, but that was through the power of Yahweh Bashem Shah. And now they're being taken down. Their power is being taken. But eventually, it's not just Mystery Babylon. All these, nations, they all going down. They ain't finna have power. Yahweh Bashem Shah controls it all. He controls it all. But, like I was saying, we're going to need spiritual power in these times. We're going to definitely need spiritual power. The National Guard just got activated. Hey, man, these devils, they is not playing, because these devils know, that they about to lose their kingdom. They about to lose their own kingdom, and they know that it's pretty much over for them. So they're going to do all that they can, to keep their kingdom. And then you already got, protesters out there, you got the people rising up. Yeah, that's why they're trying to get this civil war going. Because one, Nero wants to stay in, office, but then, two, they want to push this beast system. It's already here. They just got to push it. They got to create the order out of chaos. But people are rising up anyway, because people are having a hard time trying to put food on their table. People are having a hard time, trying to pay bills. People don't have jobs. People trying to go find jobs. They can't get jobs. Yeah, because the curses are flipping. The curses are going onto Esau and these heathen nations. The 2/3 catching it too. 2/3 catching it because they're being rebellious toward Yahweh Bashem Shah. The prophets of Yahweh Bashem Shah are out on the highways and byways trying to tell you what the hell going on and what are you doing? Ignoring them. You ignoring them. So guess what? You 2/3, you're gonna learn the hard way. But people are rising up. People are rising up, yeah, and this is all prophecy. Right here. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I'm gonna start right here at verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah. People gonna be invading one another. Then you got this polar vortex that's supposed to be happening. I think it starts tomorrow. Yeah, and they talking about, how I think 30 to 35 states are gonna be affected. So there's 50 states in Mystery Babylon, and 30 to 35 states are supposed to be affected. It's going to be a freeze like we ain't never seen, man. It's going to be a freeze. They talking about the power going out. You better know how to take care of yourself. You better know, how to fight. And you better hope that you have a real relationship with Yahweh Basham Shai. You better be praying to Yahweh Basham Shai. Those names are important. Yahweh Basham Shai. You want other people to go and get your own name right? So you better get Yahweh Basham Shai's name right, because he ain't answering to that J word. He ain't answering, to whatever name you want to go out there and call him. It is Yahweh Basham Shai. People about to go buck wild out here. You about to, man, we gonna wake up. Y'all gonna see people going buck wild. People gonna lose their fucking minds out there. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. We about to see people for who they are. We about to see the most sissiest, soft, punk-ass men. You got these females out here. I posted that video. Other people was posting it too. About how there's going to be a lot of divorces going on in Minnesota. Because Edomite women, they see how soft that Edomite man is. Esau always been soft. He was just strong because Yahweh Shai, he gave him power. And his power is being stripped. And they thought having money, and they thought, that the government was going to be there for them. And guess what? Their own government is turning on them. Now Yahweh Shai, he got Esau going at it with each other. Yeah. These Edomite women see, like, damn, like, why the hell did I marry him? Right here, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law. Yeah, they about to, They about to have military being replaced. So guess what? They're going to replace police with military. Yeah, so that's why they got all these tanks and, they got all these things in place, because they about to be controlling everything. That's why Klaus Schwab said, you will own nothing and you will be happy. We don't own nothing. We own nothing. We have been controlled. We have always been controlled. We have been conditioned to believe that, but guess what? It ain't true. And it's a beautiful thing to have this true too, because Yahweh Shai, he didn't have to wake our eyes up, some of our eyes up, because all of Israel isn't awakened to this. But, some of us, we are awakened and we can see. We see more and more every day. It's like, damn, like, this place is a straight shithole. It is. Mystery Babylon's a straight shithole. This place is garbage. We need to get out of here. And Lord willing, this is the year. But Lord willing, that Jacob's trouble, it pops off. I pray it pop off this week. And then, like I said, you got that government shutdown that's supposed to be happening. It's supposed to happen on what? I think Friday. Yeah, sometime on Friday. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And what is great tribulation means suffering. Suffering, lack of bread. Yeah, because people going to be out there looking for food, man. Yahweh Shai about to bring a great famine. He about to bring a great famine. And Yahweh Shai, he is the master. He know how to destroy people. He know how to destroy, make you suffer. Telling you, man, drowning and then starving to death. I'm telling you, man, some of the worst deaths ever. Oh, shit. Yahweh Shai, he about to be bringing shit that we can't even, you know, yo, that's why Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that's why he's called the King of Terrors. I'll just say that. That's why he's called the King of Terrors. That's why you don't fuck with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You don't question him. He said to go and do something, you just do it. Here, I'm trying to see if there's any other scriptures that I want to read out of this. Yep, right here. Let's read. Yep, right here. I'm sorry, verse 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth him. And therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. Hey, so if you think that you're gonna be getting away with wickedness, you know, I got something to go out there and tell you. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and those angels, they jotting everything down. They're going to take it back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So you ain't going to be getting away with shit. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall not deliver you because ye have sinned against him. That's why you can't be living any kind of way you want to go live out there. Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, he is always watching. Always watching. About to pop off. We have to defend ourselves. Peter, John, Mark, Luke, Paul, David, they all fought. They all fought. So we ain't no better than them. Yeah, we're going to get spiritual power, Lord willing. I'm part of that Griffith Gord's number. But hey, we're going to have to show ourselves. We're going to have to prove ourselves to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because he's going to put us through stuff. You know, some brothers, they're going to get spiritual power. Some of us, you know, our lives are going to get taken because we didn't take the RFID microchip. Hey, it is what it is, you know. So here, I'm gonna finish this video here.
Are activated different than having them staged.
Yeah. So the question is, what's the National Guard doing right now? So we have, we have been on state active duty for over a week. So we've had soldiers prepared in the metro area to respond in a much rapid manner than if they were not mobilized. So we have a request from the Hennepin County Sheriffs to support them, and that is to help them free up additional resources for other work that they need to do. And we have started court.
Hey, and this is coming to every state, because once they call martial law, guess what? That's martial law for all of Mystery Babylon. This is what they want. Nero has been saying this, and you 2/3, like I said, you've been rebellious, and you still being rebellious towards the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You don't want to come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. This is all prophesied. Martial law is coming. Judgment is here.
Coordinating with them this morning on that, and that first area of support will be assisting them with their requirement to provide security to the Whipple building. So we'll be helping them there, and then we are in parallel planning with other organizations within the state of Minnesota to include the State Patrol.
But yeah, y'all just wanted to bring this out, man. Giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and I'll be coming to you guys with another audio clip soon. Peace.